All right, this will be the final video for 2025, and just going by December, I finally decided to do one last video for DOS and Turbo Pascal 7. So this is not an old library. This is actually within the last couple of years, although recent development has it looks like it's seized off. This is a graphical user interface for Turbo Pascal 7. I've shown you before one of my favorites, TEGL GUI, which did a lot of similar things, but it was much more advanced than this. This looks more modern, and the code looks really good. It looks like it could be ported to Free Pascal if someone wanted to take up the task, but uh, I'm just gonna. I downloaded all the files. It compiles. There's no missing files. A lot of this release stuff, sometimes there's missing files, and you don't want to waste your time with stuff that only includes object files and is missing the actual source code for various object files. This seems to have it all from what I've seen, so I was able to compile everything from source. One thing to take note of, if you use the standard Turbo Pascal compiler, you'll run out of memory, so you should use the TPX version. Let me just switch to that so you can see what I'm talking about. So you can't tell by looking at it, but like I'm gonna exit this. Let's just save yes. And you can see my path TP7 bin TPX instead of turbo. So if you do turbo, you're going to run out of memory. If you do TPX under DOSBox, you're going to be good. So you have to set up your search directories for the source code. Here's what I have. So I put all the source under V and another subfolder Veridian and basically all the other directories that have the source code. So the APL source code, and I'm in the font editor source code. And we're just going to build it so you can see that it actually builds. And you can see the amount of free memory here. That's quite a bit for DOS. So normally you'd only have like 640K or less if you run the turbo editor. But this compiles pretty quick with the additional memory under DOSBox, so we're good. Um, I'm going to show you, there's two drivers basically. There's an SVGA driver and a VGA driver. I'm going to run the VGA driver because I think it runs pretty quick on that. So let's just run it. We'll run it from here. We don't have to exit out or anything. And if we click on the top here, we have access to the menus, and this is for the font editor here. I'm going to open up a font, and let's select the first one. And you can see we have a dialog. We have resizable windows here. We could expand that to full, uh, bring it back again, move it around, and we could open up the font properties. Again, we can move the dialog box, and we have all kinds of, we have an input field here, and we could select multiple characters, and we have a flashing cursor. We have a drop down here. The only issue with this, it seems to not drop directly. I'm not sure if that's a bug or a design decision, but that's the only noticeable flaw I've seen. Let's just choose, oh, okay, there we go. And we have all kinds of buttons here, spinners up and down. And this is a functional font editor, so we could click on the letters here and change the fonts. Now, what I've done recently, I've also released my own font editor, and I've supported a number of DOS formats, including DOS Deluxe Paint. And I looked up the format for this, and with some help from AI, I added support, and I've actually created a new font for Veridian. So if we go open font here, we could choose Arial. This is not normally included in the font set, but this is something I converted from a Windows font. You can see it here, It works just fine. So we have unlimited fonts again for this toolkit. And so if you want to develop a small DOS app with a GUI, this is I think you should check this out. I'm going to exit now and I'm going to recompile this and we're going to do SVGA next. So we just add the S here and I'm going to pick, let's do 640 by 480. I'll try some of the other modes as well, but let's just compile this and it's quick. Let's run it. So now you can see that same thing. It's using bigger fonts now because of the bigger screen. Let's choose the Arial font again so you can see how it looks in a bigger screen. And again, everything looks proper. And let's try going for high res. Let's do 800 by 600. I'm just guessing a lot of these modes. These are standard resolution, so it should work with all these modes. Not that one. Let's do 1024 by 768. That's a standard one. No. Okay, I think I'm going to exit this. Yes. And I'm going to go back in again and try to recompile. Yeah, I think we may have some memory corruption. I'm not sure if that's DOSBox. But let's try 1024 by 768. I'm going to exit this and just run it from the command line here. And there we go. It may be using too much memory at launch, so there's not enough for the editor and the font editor to launch it at the same time. Again, now you notice that as we go bigger, things get slower. So you see, if I move this, it takes longer time painting the window when you move things around and resize. And you can open up multiple windows actually. Let me open up another font and you can see that you could have fonts side by side in different windows. Now it looks like it's multitasking, but it just the way it's designed, it looks like you could have two windows running at the same time, but you could actually only flip between the two. So it kind of looks like multitasking, but it's not. Okay, let's exit out of this. Cancel. And I'm going to leave the link to where you can get the source code to this. It's on GitHub. And let's try compiling again, but with the 800 by 600. I want to see if that works. And I'm going to exit, save yes. Yeah, that works as well. I'm going to try some other modes. Let me try 640 by 400. I believe that's another VGA or SVGA mode. Let's do 640 by 400. See if that works. Yeah, that works as well. Yeah. So I think for games, if you want to create some retro style games, 320 by 200 probably work best and it's fast. For some high resolutions, I'd stick to some kind of puzzle games. But yeah, it also has like, some utility function as well. But like I'm mostly interested in the gaming aspect and just general utilities. So that's it for this video. Look for the link in the description.